few years ago, I had to make one of the hardest phone calls I've ever made. A family sat in a hospital in Maine next to their 9-year-old girl who just the day before was happy and joyous celebrating her last day of sleepaway camp, and then suddenly, within 24 hours, took ill and was now brain dead. I didn't know what I could say to comfort this family in that moment. The father told me he was laying next to her in the hospital bed. She was attached to respirators because even in this moment of extreme, excruciating pain, he said, I want to see if there's any possibility that her heart can go and beat on in someone else's body. I want to know that there's a possibility that even in her death, she can give life to others. There is still a widespread assumption in the Jewish community that somehow Judaism forbids organ donation. And it's a disturbing fact that the Jewish community has one of the lowest rates of organ donation of any ethnic group. So what's holding us back? Why are we not coming forward as organ donors? Doctors and educators who work in this area in the Jewish community say that there are many issues that come up around the idea of kavod hamet, of respect for the dead, of the resurrection of our bodies and the understanding that perhaps we need all our organs in place for resurrection, and just defining exactly the moment of death. But rabbinic scholars across the entire Jewish spectrum, Reform, conservative, and Orthodox rabbis, have answered and addressed these questions with halachic rulings that show us that the obligation for piquach nefesh, for saving a life, overrides our other concerns. Now, I myself am not sure if I believe in resurrection. Only God knows that. But I do know that there are some deaths in which we can actually give life to others. I hope you will have the important conversation with your loved ones about the possibility of being an organ donor.